matchups always elevate the pressure. Heart beats a little faster. It gets a little more intense, particularly if that team across the field is a conference foe. And that's exactly what we have in this showdown coming up. Welcome to the home of the Alabama Crimson Tide, Tuscaloosa, Alabama, Saban Field at Bryant-Denny Stadium. As we'll see the #2 team in the country, the Florida International Panthers, taking on the winners of 5 straight, the Alabama Crimson Tide. 3A Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth by a couple of legends, and yes, we do use that term loosely. David Pollack from the University of Georgia and former Gator Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's get down to the field. That's some way to start this game. They're lining up for an onside kick. Not much drives more anxiety than waiting to see if the hands team can corral the onside kick, and they do. This place is roaring, and it's going to be so hard to operate under these conditions. Steps away to find some room.
Stop him at the 10.
He just went into brain cramp mode there. Doesn't get rid of the football. It's a huge loss and a huge gain on the sack yardage for this defense. Listen to this crowd just shaking the girders of this place, trying to help their defense. From the gun, running back on the move. Finds just enough daylight to work his way up to the 19-yard line. You know what I really like about games like this at this point in the season? You find out who you are. You find out whether you're going to stay in the race.
And who can step up and handle the challenge, right? This is easily one of the toughest.
The quarterback doesn't throw it away. Instead, the defense forces a loss.
And it's hard to imagine starting a game any better than this defense has. 2 sacks on the opening drive of the game. Something that they pride themselves on. If they get you in these types of situations, they can pin their ears back and get after. They've got multiple guys that can be a factor when it comes to rushing the quarterback. You're seeing that very early here in this game.
They got the big fellas out there. A 3 tight end look on 1st and 10. Now on 1st down, he's going to sneak it. Operating in the red zone here on 2nd down. The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half.
Timeout, Alabama.
Typically, you only see this at the end of the game or end of a half. I'm not really sure why we're getting an early peek at victory formation. Offense calls a timeout here. Critically important to make sure they have the right play called and everyone on the same page here. Quick timeout by the defense there, trying to make sure everyone has the same call. Alabama with a lot of ground to cover here on 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Touchdown time! Static in the end zone to give them 6. What a grab and what a quick strike for that offense.
And when I'm an
offensive coordinator and I see a short field, I'm thinking attack, attack, attack. Go get that touchdown. Take advantage of what the defense gave you. Great job by the offensive coordinator.
Getting ready for the extra point after the first score of the game. And with the extra point, they get the first 7 of the game. Quick strike offense on that 3-play scoring drive. And they finish it by firing one in from the 13 for the score. Kickoff unit is out there again, and this crowd is feeling themselves after that last drive. He'll start the return inside his 5. Offense calls timeout. It's the second one they've used this half. The roar of the crowd trying to fuel this defense to keep them pinned in their own end. Buying some time as he moves left. The first himself. Great job by this savvy senior to know when he just needs to move the sticks with his feet.
It's going to be tough on this defense containing this guy because he's got that sixth sense to get outside the pocket, and at that point, he's throwing it and hurting you, or you can take off and run. That time able to get the first down. Big challenge for the defense moving forward.
That last play takes off a little bit of pressure. 1st and 10 from the 17. Well, so much for extending the play. He just quit on it and took a knee.
And that play shows you really what this defense is about. It's a difficult one to attack. They're really good. One of the best in the country. They come at you from all angles. So I'm interested to watch. How do you mix up the play calling? How do you keep the defense off balance? Because they are a good one.
The Tide crowd rolling noise down onto Saban Field on 3rd down. To the air, it's Knight. Dances away to buy time. The defense sort of hurts this quarterback out of bounds short of the line of scrimmage, and he'll take the loss.
Well, this is a quarterback who's used to using his athleticism to his advantage and burning defenses, but there was nothing going there. Great job by the defense, taking everything away and forcing a run for a loss as that quarterback was smart to get out of bounds.
Tell you what, coaches catch heat a lot nowadays, especially on social media. I expect him to catch a lot of heat. 4th down, long yardage situation on your own territory, and you want to go for it, and you fail, and you're surprised. You definitely shouldn't be surprised. Just don't check your mentions, dog.
Guys, here comes that Alabama offense the field. Already a solid start to this one. Now back to work with this 7-0 lead. On the run, it's Toner. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
Well, they're trying to run the... They're just nowhere to go. They got dominated up front at the point of attack.
The defense going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. Going to work on second down in the red zone. Is still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. Back to pass. Fires to the end zone. And he was going for the touchdown there, and they couldn't make the connection.
And that is not where you want to miss. You do not want to miss high over the middle. A lot of that times that turns into an interception. He doesn't get that, but he's got to lower that football and give his receiver a chance to make a play.
Quarterback making adjustments. On third and long, try to convert through the air. Lets it go to the end zone. Can't make the grab as he was looking for his man right at the goal line.
Man, what a great break on the ball. Way to knock it down. But, man, this